Moon boys, lock your doors, grab some tissues, and get on all fours because things are about to get disgusting. So if you realize that the mega pump is coming and that's not all, hit that like and subscribe. Get signed up with Femex Blow for my Bitcoin altcoins or trade. Without any further ado, let's take an absolute quick little itsy bitsy deep dive into clearly what we see today is the price of Bitcoin, but specifically this chart right here is the Bitcoin dominance chart, which, interestingly enough, a lot of people have pointed out today as we've been, grinding and straddling on this very clear support since back at the end of 2022. Basically, the last time altcoins did anything. We're straddling right here, and we have two consecutive red bi-weekly candles with Bitcoin now at all-time highs. So what is that indicating? Why are we seeing two red weekly candles as Bitcoin has just broken to an all-time high? Many people are speculating now, is this potentially signaling that the garbage coins may finally make us rich? Is that what's happening? Well, let's absolutely dunk into this. We see that the M2 money supply model says that Bitcoin is lagging by about 20%. If this correlation continues and continues the correlation, we should see Bitcoin make a relatively quick move up to about $130,000 per coin. Very likely, in my opinion. And as Kaleo on X points out, Bitcoin is all-time highs while Bitcoin dominance is actually moving lower, potentially the beginning of something we've seen before. And it's almost a forbidden phrase now because it's been teased for so long with seemingly no chance of happening according to many people. But are we potentially seeing the beginnings of altcoin movement, some actual alt season? Potentially. We also did see that about $50 million worth of Bitcoin shorts were liquidated. As we talked about yesterday, about that $110,000 level, we saw a lot of short positions that were gonna get squeezed at that level, and that's exactly what happened. We did see that, and it pushed Bitcoin to new all-time highs. We see as well the altcoin index just hit the alt season zone. Alts are moving just like they did in the prior cycles before we saw massive pumps. What Weimar X says here on X is that 2025 will not be an exception. The altcoins, I have to disagree with this. I mean, this would make me a quadrillionaire, just kidding, but it would actually make me a ton of money if altcoins hit a $15 trillion market cap this cycle. I don't think that's going to happen, but if it did, I think we'd all be billionaires, so that's pretty chill. Let's daydream, I guess, for a little bit. But what he says is, here's why alt season begins, and so never mind. The tweet right under it is just a giveaway for Sol. But anyway, that doesn't take away from his main post, I guess. But we look at this, obviously, I think it is possible we're seeing the beginning of an alt season. But I won't go any further than that. But we also see that U.S. House Committee on Financial Services says that next week the House will deliver President Trump's call to make the U.S. the crypto capital of the world. Involves the Clarity Act, Anti-CBDC Surveillance State Act, and the Genius Act. So a lot of bullish crypto things coming. And again, fundamentally and politically and in terms of crypto framework, we have never had a better scenario for crypto in history. Not even close. Now, we look at a daily chart for Bitcoin, significantly still above the 21-day moving average and the 50-day moving average and the 100-day moving average. As you can see all these moving averages, Bitcoin looks bullish is the easiest way to say this. And that's why we're at new all-time highs. As I said yesterday, we were like 1% away from the all-time highs, and now we're at all-time highs. And we're actually seeing a little bit of altcoin movement. Okay, as I've been talking about since about the middle of April, when we got the signal on the weekly from MACD, crypto has moved up tens of thousands of dollars, just like it has many times in the past. Specifically, even just in this bull market, even just in the last 2 years, every time we've gotten this signal. And I don't think it's stopping. I think that crypto and Bitcoin has a long way to go. Obviously, I think that the correlation with the M2 money supply is still very apparent. And Bitcoin, as we said just a minute or two ago, about $130,000 per Bitcoin, like minimum, just to catch up with the M2 money supply. The stock market has hit new all-time highs again today, or at least S&P has. And look at this recovery. I mean, we look at this weekly chart. This is right here, February of 2025. Massive dumpy all the way down to 4,800 from 6,100, a 20% dip down to about 4,800. And now look at this, about a 30% pump back up to new all-time highs at about 6,300. Perfect recipe for gains. And I don't think that's going to stop anytime soon. We're seeing alts actually, start to behave similar to like what they have done in previous bull markets, meaning Bitcoin's up 2% and some of these alts are up like 3 to 7, 3 to 10%, right? So really par for the course, as I said. Actually, another fun fact, not a single person that has ever bought Bitcoin is at a loss right now. Every single person that's ever bought Bitcoin is in profit right now because it's at all-time highs. That's what that means. It means if you have bought any time in the past and we're at all-time highs, that means your investment is up. Obviously, unless you like are just really bad and you buy the highs and sell the lows only or something. But yeah, clear skies. I think this is the beginning potentially of a nice continued move to the upside here. It's just literally been following what I think is going to be happening. Again, that doesn't mean we're going to be at 130,000 by tomorrow, but I do think that we could see a very quick flash move up to those levels soon. And ultimately, I'm extremely bullish on Bitcoin. That's really the only thing that matters, in my opinion, is that I'm bullish and long on Bitcoin. And everything else that I say is almost irrelevant. If I could sum up my entire channel in 2 words, I would say I'm bullish. And basically, Bitcoin has been in a bull market for the last 2 decades. Almost. Kind of crazy, right? About a decade and a half. It's just been, since Bitcoin was created, it's basically just been in a bull market. With corrections, of course, but a bull market. It just goes up and up and up. And you don't have to be a genius to figure that out. But, a lot of people seem to struggle with that, actually. But get signed up with FEMX below if you want my Bitcoin altcoins are trades. Use the sign up bonuses below if you want to trade with FEMX. And with that, I feel the Magoo.